Hey guys,
My quest is
what up?
250, I think.
How you doing?
230.
Yes.
Kinda late today, but it is what it is. We have made quite a bit of progress on this character. We have gotten to a point where we can start the auto bombing. Not fully because we can't. We don't have 100% respawn chance, but we have 80%, so good enough for now. We're going to sit on that until we get to the level we can actually use. We get to the level where we can actually use this set item. As you can probably see, I am now fully warded up. I'm completely reliant on ward now. I do not need life anymore. And I was very impressed by the support to ward that I ended up having just off of my skill tree. Very impressed. Crit is nice and all, but I think I want an extra skeleton. I also need to be ready to do this whenever this is 4, 5, so 9 points away. 3, 3, 6, render 3. Remaining 3 can go somewhere else until I am ready for this. Until I'm ready for this guy. Okay, that works. Anyways, I'm on the call with Arcane as usual. He is... I don't know what he's doing.
Farming monos to do the Aberoth questline.
There you have it. He's finally progressing in monos. Minion lightning damage, don't really care about that. One thing I've seen, and I don't know how this holds up, or if this even holds up, but one thing I've seen so far that I don't think I like is it feels like with my minions respawning, like it's fine and all, but if I leave the zone with less than the amount that are supposed to respawn, like I just left that zone with 2 minions. There are some that are supposed to respawn because 80% chance to respawn. Some are going to respawn. I start the next zone, I think, with the amount I left the zone with rather than the amount I should have had if everybody respawned. And I mean, it's not the biggest deal. I just have to resummon them, but I can see that's one of those little things that differentiates. It's one of those little things that really add up over the long term with regards to how you can rate a game, if that makes sense. Like, it's such a small, insignificant detail that you feel if it isn't there, but you don't if it's not, if that makes sense. And I feel the studios that shore up those loose ends on the most fronts end up having the best reception in general. I just like overall how people feel about it. Subquest, how you doing? Welcome. How you enjoying your Frost Claw build? Why is this loading screen lasting this long? I'm doing good. Pretty good. Yeah, see, like I started with two skeletons. So it just means like if I had 100% respawn chance, I would have to resummon my warriors every single map. Because I'll inevitably go through a portal when I'm not on max, or you know, something else. I was about to say, why is that pointing me backwards? Then I remembered. Very nicely here. Yep. I made a decent amount of progress off stream on this build, so I really can't complain. What is my next angle here? Move speed is always nice to have here, but what am I thinking of? I want to get bone armor. I think that's what I want to do. These guys are now necrotic. And one thing I'm also thinking might end up being a thing into this build in the long run. There's a possibility that since it takes 3 seconds for a minion to respawn, instead of having eight skeletons that as a max I can have, it's possible that because some are dead, if I respawn them and they die, I could have like let's say 12 or 15 rotating. If that makes sense, because they're all on timers and going back and forth, which means I might be able to kill minions more frequently than every 3 seconds. Kind of something I'm hoping for. The only problem with that logic would be whenever you're not actively fighting, you're going to hit the 8 max, and you're going to have to restart this whenever you run into a new pack. So I don't know which I hope is the real solution, is the real answer here. Affix shards, class specific idols. I think I want this one, to be very honest with you. Primordial petals are kind of nice, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this one. Oh yeah, god damn it. I just remembered I was supposed to oh, and right now my minions aren't fully leveled up, so this one's level 13. I have been playing around, I won't say, with different configurations, testing different things. So hence why we are still at a very low level mage. So we could be doing more damage in theory. In theory. Oh. I also think if I'm going to have like 9 mages, I might need to still get some more maximum skeletons. Just because these guys be blowing up the warriors way too quick. And I don't blame them, like it's cast to be dry. And there's a lot of them. So like unless I like overwhelm my mages with like pure skeleton numbers, they're going to still have to throw some attacks, which means it makes sense to keep them as necrotic base, simply because their explosions as well do necrotic damage. Now that I'm in town, I also need to switch my amulets. My current amulet is decent, but I could be using Evolution's End.
Bro, this is a joke.
Well,
That's how long I've gone without seeing one. It's actually a joke.
lol. 7.
At this point, I'll just say I've been farming all day and I haven't gotten on. Not even one? I just got the touch.
Do I really only have one Evolution's End? Like, really only one? I find that very hard to believe. Oh, hey. It just means I tossed the others, because this is the one I naturally got on this character. And it's just a +1.
Please.
Speaking of +1s, let me see. Cold res. Yeah, none of these guys would work. Okay. I just put anything in here. I don't think I care too much.
Yes.
I imprinted my lightning blast helmet. See if I can drop a T7 one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing so many rare ones dropping, but not exalted, and I'm just being baited, man.
Why do you even still see res? Is that a universe where you pick one? Or is it like what the ones for shattering?
Just the ones for Shatron. I mean, definitely for seeing that mod, because it's really rare just to see her. It's like normal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just accept the fact that my skeletal mages are going to run out of warriors to blow up, and when they do, they can use their regular spell, because it kills pretty much the exact same way Explode does, except Explode is a much bigger AoE. me see. Where's my browser? Skellies. Do we have any wasted points? Any points that we don't know why we have, but we just have them? Doesn't look like it, because move speed is very important for them. Oh, we need 3 points here. 40 ward gain, 10 mana, so we didn't get the full 3 here. Maybe we could do more points on your end. Maybe. Because if I had a say, what would I do? I would take summon multiple minions per cast. I don't remember where it is. I think it's like here. Yeah, it's this one. So 1 here and then 2 here. So we can summon 3 warriors in 1 click. But I guess it matters less as we get to 100%. And if we really need to press something to explode, there's always this guy. I think this character is going to end up being stupidly tanky, like even tankier than my last character, unironically. Because how much ward investment we've been able to go into, and how much ward we get back just by having our minions explode. There's so many effects that happen when your minions die. Oh, when a warrior dies, it gives you 40 ward. But on your tree, you have like every single time a minion dies, you're getting like you have a 60% chance to gain X 13 ward, but you also have ward retention per minion, and then you also have extra ward granted when a minion dies, and shit just ends up stacking. But not only that, we're also going to have basically like PoE, a diluted PoE 1's mind over matter, and the whole lot of mana regen. The one thing I kind of wish for this build was that we could convert profane is it profane oblation? I think that's the name, right? Yeah, profane oblation. I kind of wish we could convert that, because if we could, then we wouldn't be locked into necrotic damage. But since we can't, we just kind of have to accept that we're going to be doing necrotic damage.
Died to Orbis, but it ended up still counting for the gaze.
What do you mean?
Yeah, traded. I don't know. I was just as confused as you are. I don't know.
Gaze of Orbis. Do you mean like you died in the fight and it used up your gaze?
It gave me more corruption.
Oh.
I didn't get any rewards, but
Did he die? Did he die?
From 230 to 290. I don't actually. I'm assuming we traded.
Hello.
That's kind of what makes sense, you know.
Yeah. Do you mind if I send my build link to have your thoughts about it? Don't mind the build, by the way. It's the best gear I had to swap onto gold currently, but before grinding more gold. Go for it. I need to go into settings and make sure. Where is the potion thing? Potion.
Yeah, these harbingers are overturned sometimes. Whatever. God, I wish I could one-shot
This one.
like
Yeah.
Osprey's god guy. I hate his ad phase.
Who?
Yeah, that's
Euros?
like an Osprix. Yeah. No, Argentus, I guess.
I don't know.
He has like all those lasers hitting you throughout the fight from the ballistas.
Oh, it's a dark thing, a dark fight.
No.
He has lasers hitting you. Oh, the one that's on the ceiling of some Liat's tower.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I know him. All right, let's see this. So you said you're going Frostclaw. What is are there any key interactions I should note looking at this? First rate multi damage versus frozen. Slow approach, spell damage per 3 melee. Frostclaw deals more damage and especially deals this in a large area and the bonuses are double at 1200 ward, which should be easy to hit. At least 1200, yeah. 12 mana on direct cast, frost by chance, ailment duration, cast speed. No longer creates a burst of damage at the target, but its projectiles are now staggered and they can all hit the same target. So it gives shotgunning. Two action prevent allowing you to hit enemies in a wider area and on the way to the target.
The Harbinger questline is so boring. It's so boring.
Yeah. Why do you think I always question if I'll actually get to the end or not?
Like, it's just like, why am I doing this? Like, you've taken me, like, first of all, it's an insane commitment. So what am I doing right now? Like, oh, do your first map at 100 corruption and then fight Orbis and then start farming and hopefully have enough. Oh, but don't use up your boosts because Harbinger can't spawn on that one. Like, dude, kill me.
I mean, to be fair, it also feels more pain for you because you only have 3 left. You ate that shit for your dragon.
God, fuck, I did.
Cause like I have 20 something on mine.
Yeah, that's the same.
I don't think I can see mine. All right, It's my current gear, by the way. Not really. I think I'm also going crit and single target with the bottom right node. Yeah. What is your main wave clear? So basically, you're doing crit and you're going cold damage. You don't have anything spicy in here, right? Like it's like, oh, you do this and then you do this, and when you do that, it does damage based on your int or something. It's just a typical mage. You still want to int stack as much as you can, but right. 320 increased crit chance. That is really nice. Cold damage, cold pen. That is a really nice stuff. Congrats. Bone clamor. You have Giga Ward coming from these two. Font of the Erased. And your goal here is how much ward do you typically sit at? Your res is way overcapped. Way overcapped. If you have, do you have blessings in here? It doesn't show them. Okay. +1 evo end should be, or this is an easy upgrade to get +2. You're going low life, so there's no reason for you not to have the ward boots. I forget their name. Last Steps of the Living. That one. You should probably also, instead of attunement, what does attunement do for you? I assume nothing. You should also be on the hunt for the experimental affix here. Ward per missing out. This one, you should be on the lookout for that. It's another change that I would make. Does it slightly in an area, but it doesn't skill with the area tag anymore, so like AoE doesn't do much for it. You had more HP versus ward without it for some reason. Last Steps of the Living drains your HP, right? And this one is also draining your HP, so you really just want to be low life and gaining as much ward as you can based on your missing life, basically. Yeah, this ring could use work. Do you use strength for anything? No, right? Which means you want to get rid of strength here for something else like damage. You're looking for, if anything, overcapped. Did Nemesis give these guys their modifiers, or how did they get? How did this get dodge rating and this one like poison fire res? Will I equip them then? I mean, if you need the res here, which I mean, you don't. I don't know if you need phase res. You probably do. Lightning res you don't need. And then move speed is move speed. You can replace phase res on here. Why are you using this ornate idol? You no longer scale area with Frostclaw. Do you care about area with a different scale? And then cold dot. You said you were scaling crit, so I assume dots doesn't matter for you. So you could probably get a phase res before you drop this. But once you do that, then you know, get your move speed or int with your Last Steps of the Living. You said you wanted more damage. I think it's because you had the setup when you made a cold black hole as a build. Okay. If you really want more damage, what you need to do is you need to farm up a 1 LP of this chest, which is a 1 in 5, and you need to imprint a modifier that matters on it. So intelligence, potentially cold pen, but I don't think you need cold pen on frostbite because you're not focusing on frostbite, so you don't need that. Object int is going to be a very good one. If not, spell crit if you are in capped is also a decent one. Or any level that matters to you. It doesn't look like any of them matter. Great multi is another decent one. Either way, you want this 1LP and you want to get a T6/T7 mod on its 1LP first and foremost. Then you want to get all these guys to be T67 intelligence instead of phase reds here. This one you want to have a special helmet modifier because helmet is always good. So since yours is cold, you would want to get a T6 or /7, either level or int or one of the special helmet mods. And the special helmet mods are like increased crits again. It's like any level that matters to you. Crit multi. The list goes on. Either way, just helmets that can only be rolled on mods that can only be rolled on helmets and chests, and they provide a very decent damage boost. Then for this, you don't really get any more fancy mods on boots. On relic, I don't know if you have any relics that would be smarter to use, but yeah, you also need to get this to intelligence and maybe increase crits, and then you decide which of those prefixes you want the T6/7 on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just focus on getting your 1LPs. If you can get these two 1LP, and you can get a T6/7 int or a different mod that matters a lot. Get this 1LP as well on +2 levels. You can't use this +1. No, you can't, but prioritize. Also try to get this on +2 if you can. All of these things will just keep multiplying your damage to the point where it's actually decent. And then for here, increase cold damage. Again, you know how I feel about increase. Not the greatest thing out there. I would rather do something like that is harder to come by. So like crit multi would probably be my best bet here. And depending on the crit chance, I don't know if you're crit capped or not. If you're not, then leave crit chance. If you are, then it might be worth considering trying to switch this to crit multi in the long run, like the T7 mod, and then going for crit elsewhere. But yeah, crit multi is probably the best damage boost on this entire stuff. Then for suffixes, you have chance to chill. You already have cold pen. I guess I feel like you already have chance to chill elsewhere, and if you do, then it might be worth switching the ailment from chill. Like so chill, maybe you go for blind. There used to be frailty here, but I don't see frailty anymore. Either way, this crit multi in place of increase should be really big for your stuff. You do all these changes, you should come out with a substantial amount of more damage. And then your passive tree, of course, you kind of just want this to scale. Oh, you switch to a rune master. Oh, okay. So a rune master, you have runic invocation, right? But you're not using runic invocation. But if you had to choose to use runic invocation, then it would be worth a Google search to find out what the best runic invocations are, and making sure your skills always have that, basically. That said, if you're not using runic invocation, then you're not using runic, right? And it's fine. You could swap wall for invocation. I hear wall is quite good. So maybe not swap wall. But what does focus do? 100% increase mana regen and 10 watt a second. I'm not a big fan of this one. I think you remove focus here, and then if you need mana regen, then that's something you try to get on your ring in place of like strength. The thing is, you really don't want to interrupt your DPS for generating mana if you have your choice. So if it's really bad, then you should get like T7 mana regen on the ring. Like you should prioritize getting that to T6, T7. And if it's still bad, then take off this ring and do the same thing. Go for a ring with T7 mana regen. I say that because this would be less ward for you. But at this stage, you probably don't have issues with ward because you have 1, 2, and you probably have last steps of the living. You don't really need this. It's nice to have, but you don't need it. And you can easily use this spot to get extra mana regen. And I think mana regen can also come on the amulets. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can. So that's another source of mana regen that you can take advantage of with 1 LP and T7, something like that. And then you shouldn't need, like, you really don't want to have to stop your DPS to generate mana if you have the choice on pretty much any build. So if you currently need to do it, it is fine that you need to do it, but just know you want to lean away from it. Like you want to eventually stop needing to. But it's just convenience. All right. And then for runic invocations, I can't really tell you what combinations you should try because like that's outside my forte. I know that's one of the cooler skills in this game just because of how many different options there are. So my advice is just see what people typically take for code-based builds. Macro is a good place to find code-based builds and see what is. Brother, kill them, please. Minion damage, minion health.
Did I ever find happiness?
Did the Mad Alchemist find happiness when he made his ladle?
No idea.
I'm willing to wager he did not, seeing as you're looking for his ladle. Just say it. I don't think he did.
How is the squirrels as a build? Does it feel like the shrine?
Probably. You have a swarm of squirrels. It's like if you can get to, I think typically you can get like 7-ish companions. I think squirrel helmets.
Do you think we'll see Herod before
their fates intertwined?
Let's go together
With mine. But for now,
Let me pull up the planner.
they focused on their
Have you played them?
I've logged into wolves before, and I logged out before I got to the squirrel portion. That was it. That was like a season or 2 ago, probably like 2 seasons ago, maybe 3 even. But yeah, I logged out before I got to squirrels. I got bored. Name is Scurry something, right? Heraldo is Scurry. You get, oh, you do, so you lose out on 1. Yeah, so you get like 6-ish minions. You get like 6 to your companion limits, give or take, I think. And then it allows you to double up on your companion limit. So instead of 6, you get 12. But then I think you can have a spare wolf. So let's say 13-ish squirrels.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you get a very healthy amount of like minions with it. You can just look up a squirrel build and see what you think of. how it looks.
I might do that.
I know things are yeah, if to be all that is left is to take the
Your boy
last-
probably has quite a few videos on it.
Oh, never mind then.
I mean, the other people also have it, but just putting it out there.
Gazi.
What did you say?
I just replayed the video in my head, basically.
Oh.
Just the fucking enthusiastic yes.
Lol.
Why is he so enthusiastic about it? Like, I love Marvel. What the fuck?
It is what it is.
There was just a short, I don't know if you saw it. It was Gazi trolling King Kongor in PoE2 with the certain lost zealots that you can like make them like spam a certain text.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can find it. I think you'd find it really funny.
You're on 2980 ward with the boots on. How much are you at without the boots on? T7 minion necrotic damage. That's a lot of increased damage, my G.
Alright, I sent it to you to react to.
Alright. This guy also has early res. We're just going to yoink something and hope it's still ooh, beautiful. In that case, yeah, we just slap that on. We run our removal that shit, and we hope it removes crits before that happens. Of course, never lucky, so. It doesn't have the other modifier, the flat crits such. But I don't have it, I should say. This is a 59 fortune potential. God damn, that's a lot. All right. Let's see this clip in question.
The trap has been set. Now we wait. We gotta hide so he doesn't see us. He's gonna come out very soon. Don't spoil this now. The trap has been set. This is so toxic. I love it.
How long ago is this?
This build, this.
This is dumb. This is dumb.
He is
That was
so
amazing.
good.
Clip that, please. Clip that. That's the weirdest bug I've ever seen. Someone please clip that. What the fuck was that? What is happening? Oh, it's fucking Gazi? Wait, how do you do that?
That's dumb.
Wait, how do you do that? What is this?
That is dumb. That is actually dumb.
Took you forever. I gotta shut them up. The trap has been set.
Yeah, that was dumb. And that was recently?
I think it was his most recent short. Yeah.
Yeah. Because idea goes as usual. That's hilarious. Clever use of in-game mechanics. Also, I'm surprised that there's no evolutions end in the auction house you're on to. Is it tradable? There's none on the trade house because it cannot be traded. That's why.
I see you have returned.
That's weird. I think that's the first item I'm seeing cannot be traded on in this game.
Even the
Genuinely.
gods cannot observe what fate intends for us. Do not let it bind you. Farewell.
We have him your will for deaths. I forgive me. Let's end our conversation there.
Yeah, so I think all you have to do is just rush, add Rift Beast to your Weaver tree so you run into them as frequently as possible. Then that's it. You want to run them as frequently as possible so that you can end their lineage ASAP. Commit mass dragon genocide until they drop the end of their evolution in an amulet. Skelly mage damage, mana. Nah. I need to get my Primalist evolution end onto. I need to get my Primalist evolution end onto my acolytes. That's one thing I need to do. Because I think his already has AoE, right? I believe that was the priority there, so. Should be Giga for this one as well. And then gets. I will need AoE gloves.
We have a problem. Are you then? They're holed up in the pier. If you think you stand a chance.
Wait a second. Why am I still going through the campaign? Pretty sure I can just get a passive point somewhere else. I feel like this quest is bugged. There. It actually worked now. Because like that's what I expected from it. Alright, we've gotten all the bonuses we can get in the campaign. Now we go to follow the outcasts. It's like that means we don't need anything else. We have our levels, we have our idols. We just got level 52 from what? Where did that burst of levels come from? I don't know, but I won't question it. All right. And this is what? Area level what? You haven't unlocked unempowered monos, so I assume this is a big assumption. But I assume this is on. Yeah, it's unempowered. Okay, we're chilling. This here. Holy shit. Pressing my flask was not the play there. Alright, now it's time to actually look at my Weaver's tree because I'm going to need a shit ton of things. At the very least, that is the core of it. Alright. What's my first and most important, I guess, upgrade? Let me think. I'm going to need you, so Reef Beasts are going to be important in the long run. Same with you. I'm going to yank it on right now because, I mean, it's better than what I have. Minion damage is not better, but +1 level. Yeah, we'll do that. Then I have you, which is basically this. I'm going to need to wait for this guy, level 60. I guess I could also just shatter it. That's also an option that's available to me. Oh shit. T2 of this guy. But it's much worse. Now we're not doing that. Why do I have you? Health regen? I don't care about health regen. Word per second would be nice, I guess. But you already have minion dodge radius. I can't even seal an affix. It's T7, so I guess there's that, and it's 50 forging potential. So maybe I just do this. Oh, the T7 is gone? In that case, it's trash. Or maybe not trash. I do need the word per second. How's the DPS on this build? We are just getting into monos now, so I can't say. We just did the full campaign skip. Or not full campaign skip. We skipped from here when we got all our idols and whatnot. So far, so good, but we haven't fully gotten our Autobomber up and running. We need to get level 60, I believe, for our final 20% respawn chance. And once we have that, life becomes way more chill. We have crit multi, we have spell damage. Let's add our engine for mana stacking, and then let us... We either go straight for movement speed now, make it more comfortable, or we go for more defenses. I'll do move speed. 5% move speed is not the greatest though. Nice, we get one more skeleton. But yeah, so far so good. It's hard to really say, oh, my damage is insane or anything, because while it is stronger than like my last build as of when I was at this point, I also just have a lot more shards and whatnot to use with the build. So it's not quite apples to apples. I will say it is much tankier at the same point though. Just because of all the classes, like the classes inherent ward support and ward being such a strong defense. All right, what do I want? Drops a class specific idol. I think I just want more of these because I kind of... Why don't I try for one more of you? Brother. You have less flat for me. Yeah, you're worse. And you don't have LP. Touch. I will keep this simply because I want the option of using it for an egg. I don't think there was anything else we cared about, right? Where are my mages? That's a very big AoE. He went on his zombie, of course, because why not? Okay, cool. Now it's on a mage. So why has it been despawning the last few times? Have I been missing my targets? Is that what's been happening? Damn. With Dread Shade, the damage is fucking rampant.
I think that's it for this game today.
What'd you say?
I played so much today, but not much to show for it.
It is the life of RNG. So wait, what exactly am I putting in this tree again? I guess damn chance isn't bad. Wait, damp can stack on a limited number of times? I didn't know that. Okay, and I mean in that case. Oh, I already did this. Okay. Oh shit, this is also that is also really good. I just realized what part of what this does is move speed to other minions, and that just seems premium. All right. Area for area skills, but you got ints. That's a premium base. Oh, we're done here. I haven't gotten to the point where I can actually choose Circle of Fortune. That means I probably need to use a dungeon to get through. Or I need to manually do it, but to do it, I'll need to go through the whole Lagon area and all of that, and that just seems like so much work. So like, I'm probably not going to do that. Probably not. I guess I could. 1 to all attributes is kind of nice, but I feel like Act 10 is on the longer side as well.
Is it Rune of Refinement to Divine?
Refinement, no. Refinement is a chaos. It's a PoE2 chaos orb, or the exalted affix.
refinement reroll the values of all affixes on an item within their tiers.
Refinement. Yo, I'll open my forge. But that's redemption. Never mind. Refinement is yes, that's the divine. Yo, do you realize you hurt? Brother, he ate my health because like I drank a potion the moment I took that hit. Dude ate my health past that. Ward retention, you're not a bad option. Oh, I see why. Oh god, that's going to be annoying. I know. I now know why my dread shade keeps going. It's because I'm using my scaly mages as my mobility skill. That is why. What up, Romand? How you doing? It's because I keep using this as my mobility, so I keep replacing them. Not too good. $4 Jeez. That's insane, is it? That is wild. GG. Ramon is at 4 mil estimated damage on his main skill in hardcore. That is nutty. I don't care about any of these bases, so I'm just going to empower. Why not? Almost done with the build, just missing Abby's amulets. Now I'm at 4 mil damage estimated. Was thinking what to do to have some hard time. Like, what do you need to do for a challenge? Oh, you're going for a second character? Also hardcore? Or are you done with hardcore? Because like a rogue on hardcore, that sounds spicy. Because if I remember correctly, rogues don't exactly have the best. So you are not great. But you have code pen, so I'll take it. So is there any way I can just automatically trigger my dread shade would be the next question. Wait, mana spent gained as ward is an affix? Shit, I didn't know that. On staff? That is good to know.
Hello.
Hardcore rogue. That is going to be insane. What is your plan for defenses? What's up, Jared? Heads up, I'm streaming. To pray a lot. Dude, how did I live through that? What do you mean harsh shutter cooldown and resist necrotic damage? How is that even fair? Ward per second, current health converted to ward when you directly cast. I mean, that would be nice if we didn't have to deal with minion health. Or if I could replace minions, like scaly mages in there would be perfect. It's gonna be a freestyle, we will see. Good luck. Melee spell bow. This would have been perfect if I didn't already have my one-hander. Wait, I have 5 points? I've been adding them one at a time thinking I only had... Okay. I have more points. Kill them, of course. Kill them off screen. I mean, that has been the rogue way. The only problem is if one of them looks at you off screen, you just might not be the one doing the killing, you know. You might not end up being the one doing the killing. Okay, give me a quick second and I'll be right back. All right. I am back. Where were we? Thanks for the support. I mean, you're welcome. I'll be here every step of the journey. Let me see. So if I'm going to be replacing my minions, I mean, this is not the greatest thing to have, unless there's a way to trigger it.
Yeah, it was 1 LP.
There you go, Lido.
1 LP. 1 fucking LP.
Gotta go again. So, wait. I think that just means if I had to, I would have to replace it with a different skill. And if I had to replace it with a different skill, then that skill would probably have to be just transplant for mobility. Get all the cooldown recovery I can. Use the cause to get bone armor. Maybe not health costs. I don't care about the health costs on it, to be honest. Like, so long as it's not killing me, I don't care.
I'm sorry.
What?
These arena champion just did an attack. They hit me with a killing blow of 6k with an overkill of 2k?
07.
I hate this game.
It is what it is, I guess.
Are they like rogue exiles? What are they supposed to be? I don't actually...
You said what? What did you say? Who? Arena what?
You have to defeat like 3 arena champions or something.
Aren't they just champions?
They're people.
What do you have to defeat them for? Woven Echo?
Yeah.
I don't know it.
Dude, this shit was... I mean, maybe they just probably walked in and one-shot them, but...
What'd you say?
Probably just walked in and one-shot them, but... I don't know what to tell you, man. They did a lot. I mean, that's a big hit. Like, I don't really know how many people are tanking that. Like, they're casting player abilities. They're like rogue exiles.
Oh shit. Interesting. Did they have a minimum corruption requirement or something?
I didn't get to pay attention, but if they did or not.
No, I mean, like, is there like a tier 3? Is it like a tier 3 something, or is it... I don't know if the question makes sense. But is it,
no.
is it like the right
sure.
most woven echo? Cause like the only one
I'm
there...
not sure if they had tier 3 or not. That's why.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten every single one on that line, I don't think. I've gotten one I haven't done, but like I think there's some that I haven't done as well in there. But I have to believe so.
I am doing the Exiled Mages one now, though.
You're affected by the beneficial buffs of Dreadshade Aura. Only the beneficial ones?
Surely I come out of this with at least another ladle, right?
Fingers crossed. Can I craft that to be something actually decent? Let's see if forging. Nope. Crash. All right. I need to figure out what I'm doing with my Weaver tree. What is my first? You know what the best parts? This will also be your problem because I'll call with 10 times more problem. Yeah, I mean, I'll do my best to help. I will do my best to help. I just see like rogues running into defensive issues, so I wonder how tanky we can get it without just gimping damage, you know. So it should be a fun experience. Should be a fun challenge. I came here for something. I wanted to see what uniques I should be trying to get. I have this one, but it's not 1 LP, and I think until I get 1 LP, I'm probably going to use Barbute because it just makes sense. Exsanguinous might be the first thing to target farm. Defensively, it makes sense. Same with Strand of Souls. The Exsanguinous is the smart thing, but I already have a 1 LP Exsanguinous. But because I know Last Steps of the Living is a timeline boss reward, I will be taking this though. Then I'm going to need a whole bunch of exalted items. Seems like so. And this is just Aberoth, so I can't even just I can't get it yet. So I'm going to do that. We're going to increase exalted drop chance. Someone's having fun. Because we want uniques, I think I want to get loot lizard options.
Two LP.
Two OP of the same thing.
Of a ladle, yeah.
Eesh. Congratulations.
Oh my god. Fuck me, that was hard.
Boss conversion. What about set items? Actually, no. I need to find the woven echo that I can use to destroy a set item. I think it's what's the bridge, was it?
Oh, sorry,
What-
I didn't mean to send that to you.
What is the set item that allow the woven echo that allows me to break uniques or set items? I have to see. Great Bridge, yeah. That's the first one. Then I need to make sure I break a few of them, so I need to actually farm set items. Is there a way to farm set items here on the tree? It doesn't look like there is. I guess this counts as a weapon because it's a shield. In which case, I don't have jewelry to put in here, but I guess I should soon enough.
I'll be back later.
Taking a break?
Yeah, after that, yeah.
What happened? Oh yeah. I also need exiled mages. I forgot. They're here, right? This is the exiled mages section. Why are some of these shining? Oh, is it because I can put a point in it if I need to? +1. All right, exiled mages it is. And then once we're done with exiled mages, the next goal would be once we can take away some points from exiled mages, we're going to be putting it straight into something else. What was something else? No, not exiled mages. The Weaver tree. We're going to be putting it for the exiled mage Weaver once we're done with the Great Bridge. If we need it, of course. Which is a big if. Next up, we put up points in 3 points in here, then fully spec this, I think. If I can get to 75 level, I will be top 50 rogue. We have a goal. Sounds good. Wait, is that how unpopular rogue is in hardcore compared to Sentinel? That's kind of funny. Like I knew it was rough for rogue, but god damn. You were, cause I know you were still in the hundreds, and I know you were also in the 90s for Sentinel. Like you're like 150 Sentinel, and you're like 90 something. It kind of sounds like you're in for a world of hurts, but hey, we'll be here for it. I don't have the facilities to be AFK, so let's just not. All right, we're done here. So I think we should take some. Oh no, this is what we should actually be taking. Some more mana scaling. Ward gained. Let me just make sure my zombies take 2 too. Yeah, they do. All right. You know, I wasn't paying attention to if I was getting bone armor and what the uptime looked like. I should do better. This is T5. This is... I'll be there when you want to hear my nightmarish build attempt to feel better. Tempted to wait. Is what do you mean nightmarish attempt? What did you try to do on mage that could be considered nightmarish? Just to make sure, what's between when hit and on hit. On hit is when you hit the enemy, and when hit is when they hit you. Yeah, when hit is when you get hit, and then on hit is when you hit them. Dude, stuns in this game on the player side are quite strong. I'm not complaining. It feels like if you actually just invest into some stun chance on like a minion, many boss fights just become a whole lot more easy or easier. Okay, so why the fuck is biggest defense start on rogue when hit? Like when they hit, I don't care about some damage just after because I don't care what about anything by that time. I mean, they want you to get hit. So basically, the way I understand Rogue's defenses to be, and the way I built Rogue back in the day, now this is back in the day, so like I don't know if it's still valid, but you would essentially go a whole bunch of dodge chance, so then you're not actually in danger of getting hit often. Then when you do get hit, because it's inevitable you get hit, because it's inevitable you that I kind of nicely because it's inevitable you get hit, you then have like some DR for when you get hit, and I think stuff like Silver Shroud used to provide I don't know if it's DR or something. And then you have Glancing Blows, which was whenever you get hit, it just reduces damage by 35%, which is basically deflection in PoE2. Actually, Glancing Blows is deflection in PoE2. That's kind of interesting now that I think about it. The Great Bridge. Let's fucking go. But yeah, it's mostly you're not going to get hit most of the time. So when you do get hits, you want to have like some... Woo! This is scary. This whole area is scary. We just got 4 set shields. That's huge. Minion spell bow. Wait, what? Maybe I can do something with that guy. I doubt I can do something with this one. These are all things I should probably do after this map. Oh shit, T-fold loss. All right, we're going to try to use this, is what that means. Is it possible that a skill has base of 0? Most things that hit have a base of 5, and I think Ballista is no exception. I could check to confirm just in case, but I think 5 is a safe bet. Please look at it. All right, just give me a second. All right. Last Epoch Skills, ballista. It has ballista bolt, which has a 5% base crit. There you go. 5% base crit. With 200% base crit multi as is expected. Then you get minion damage, attack speed. You are welcome. All right, so we have a bunch of these shields now, so we shouldn't even need to worry about, you know, the shield anymore. Now, one more thing is, now that we have finished with my primalist, I'm inclined to just say screw the stash tabs. I'm going to use the same format I had with him, which I think is what I'm going to do. However, word per second, word decay. Nice. Okay, so let's actually just set up these tabs in a way that makes sense for my witch, because I think that's what I'm going to be doing next. So just real quick, we're just going to duplicate this. Then for unique 4, we're going to do this. What else is missing? Amulet, why isn't the same amulet? So it's fine. Everything else is kind of fine. All right, so let's start with helmets. Our helmet this time is going to be barbute. Our chest is going to be exsanguinous. What else is a unique item in this build? Strand of Souls, Belt, and Last Steps of the Living. And then for weapon, well, no, shield is going to be rare, so I don't care for a unique shield. Gloves are rare, I think. There's a universe where we do go the ward gloves, frostbite shackles, but I'm undecided there. Relic is also rare. I think that's fine. Am I really gonna do this again? Helmets, barbute, Body armor, exsanguinous, belt, stranded souls, boots, last steps. That's it. Technically this, I guess. I need to make sure Horn of the Bone Wisp isn't in any of them, I guess. All right. Then uniques for rerolling, I need to redo this. These are going to be the exact ones. Really? Evil's End is still fine there. The exact ones I excluded would be the ones here. So Barbutes and Seed of Yggdrasil. Exsanguinous. Strand of Souls. Last Steps of the Living. Horn of the Bone Wisp. Confirm. 0 LP. Uniques for rerolling. Exsanguinous is higher up. Brand. Last Steps. Gloves, one-handed axe, wand, horn. I think that's it. And then finally, Evil's End. Wand, boots, belts, body ammo, helmets. So let's just start Bone Clamor. Seed of Yggdrasil. Sanguinous. Grand. Last Steps. Horn. Confirm. All right, our tabs are ready, so we are ready to just this is so good for me. If I'm looking for T7s, I can still just go through that. Then potential upgrades. None of the shields matter for me. I'll look through them for actual stuff I can use when I get my sets. Boots can stay because I'm generally looking for the same things. Gloves can't stay because I need experimental graphics and we can't craft those. Brother. Don't confuse me like that. Axe is definitely not staying. We can't use the same helmets, so def not staying. Body armor is not staying. Rings can potentially stay. Potentially. LP res, you can't stay. You can't stay. You can. You can. Boots can. Then we need to empty these guys before we forget. got so many belts, man. So many 1LPs just ready to go for the turtle that never ended up going. I think next time I go for a turtle, I will actually just... What the fuck are you doing here? All right. Next thing is next. That freeze rate multi needs to go. Level 50 watts? 62, jeez. All right. What about you? I need to remove a prefix. Any prefix. Doesn't matter which. Nice. And oh my fucking god, what did I do? All right, that was dumb. I just tried for funds to use volcanic orb. It does just as much damage does a single upgrade as as any of my other skills currently. Going to give fire a try, and if I can't make it work, I'll just switch class. Sounds good. Why volcanic orb though? How does that skill end up playing? Okay, I have such low damage that I discover boss abilities that I didn't know it would exist. Welcome to the life of ethical damage. I would have loved to use this ring, but like, I guess it already has some minion damage. That's big. It's alive. It is still alive? Yeah. Oh my lord. It is still going. Holy, okay, that was some good RNG. The ring was not going down without a fight. This ring has 57% damage. This has 35, but this has int. This does not. This gives me endurance. I don't care about endurance, but this gives me some res. You are the weakest link, my guy, but you give me movement speed, and I am a sucker for movement speed. Sadly, movement speed is all you give me, so it is what it is. All right, I give up on mage. Just try something else. The volcanic orb would scale much better with the gear I have. Instead of redoing it all, I just make something else since that would just take as long. I mean, it's not a bad idea to redo, but let's see. You've respected a lot in the past few days, so if you're not feeling volcanic orb, it's probably best not to force it. Guys, if you want to have fun, just rogue hardcore still. I think what you mean is if you want to pull your hair out, then rogue hardcore is 100% without a shadow of a doubt the way to go. But like, if you really just enjoy having hair, then I don't know that's the call. But again, it all depends on how much you like having hair. Like, if it's like you couldn't, then yeah, then I suggest rogue. If you've been meaning to get a haircut without actually going to the barber shop, it's a good choice. Soul Feast. We might as well do Rogue while waiting for PoE 2. And any skill pick your fancy? Let's just challenge this guy. What's the worst that could happen? Famous last words. I know. Yeah. Guess I should just keep that just in case. I was going to say, where is the leap I was promised from my zombies? Then I remembered I didn't have the points to actually spec it, so they don't have leap yet. Yeah, so you're just running with your 2 feet. I think I'm out of points that actually make sense. Yeah, I think I'm out of points that make sense. I'm just going to go with this. All right. Where are my sets? Set items. Shatter them all. Holy fucking shit, that's how many shards I get? 15 shards? Remove that block effectiveness from me. Alright, let go. All right, so we have a 16% chance for minions to res, which is not ideal. But I probably should have, in hindsight, I probably should have divined this. Oh well. I really don't like the sound of this skill. Ward decay, minion damage, and then ward per second per active maelstrom. No. So now we have a near 100% chance to respawn skeletons. So now I don't have to think about skeletons one bit. I can just put my full focus on spawning zombies. Lol, cleaver 1 LP cleaver solution. If only I still cared about it. What up, Scissorsley? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Multi shots. Oh yeah, you did take a screenshot with what I imagine was a rogue, right? The one you sent on the Discord. Minor clear bosses, well, but that's what Heartseeker will be for. Oh, so you're going multi shot on Heartseeker? That 6% chance to not explode seems big. I don't know. It's like I stop paying attention to the minions and then they're out. I'm like, brother, how did y'all die? Y'all just failed the RNG check so many times? Really? How much int do I have? 68, not bad. That's 60% increased crit chance. I really needed this shit to get to 100%. I genuinely trolled by not divining it to 100%. I have learned my lesson. I will not do it again. Melee spell bow. That'd be nice if we didn't already have a +4 Jaeger wand. They work rather well together. Nice, nice. So Heartseeker is single target and multi-shot is wave clear. Does multi-shot have pierce? Do I care about ornate idols? Adorned, large. I don't think I do, no. So what is the dungeon I have to go to skip the campaign? I think it's Jura, right? I feel like it's Temporal Sanctum, but I could be wrong. It does have Pierce. Okay, then that means it's probably really good for Claire. Not bad choices. Do I have an exsanguinous that I care about? Okay, what else do we have? We have a 2 OP exsanguinous, I know that much. We have a no OP exsanguinous. So the no LP is here, the 2 LP is here. All right. I'm not prepared 2 LP bases to smash on you guys, so y'all are just gonna have to wait. Alright? Is it worth just wearing this? Just defensively? Just slap it on? I've been missing out on so much crit though. It's like the only problem. Doesn't matter, I guess. I think if I remember correctly, the way forward is down here actually. Like right now, how am I auto skeleton warriors? It makes me feel like I'm missing resummon chance somewhere, but like I have 40 there, 40 on the tree, and And then 16 here, unless it's like a different stats somehow. No. Like, I just don't think a 4% chance should be proccing that frequently.
Thank you for the thank you. I can't complain about that. You ready to head out then? The scale bane was never meant to be common. The scale bane used these to stage ambush.
Also, I think I have too many items in my stash. I'm now at 40k per stash to get new ones. That doesn't sound too bad. That's around where I am. Though to be fair, I am SSF. Like, is it a simple case of like, am I outrunning their respawn zone or something? Not entirely sure, and I won't know until I get a 100% chance. But for that, I'm going to need an exalted shield with a free prefix. I guess I probably have, with the number of exalted shields I already have, there's probably a base there waiting for me. Probably.
Change is coming. I understand your fear. Too long
Have we always had to run that far? That's like a long run.
Along with who would seek to bind me, freedom will be our future. My future. At any cost.
No one is could be. The temple is closed. Leave.
Was it just if you? I am not sure if we can trust this friend of yours, but I trust you.
I overheard. Well, it's absolute. And hey, if you're looking for a little detour before you dispose of the guild leader, let me know.
All right, let's get COF.
Before we fight, then you will find both the bazaar and observatory nearby. Keep in mind,
because I'm going to need, at this rate, I'll probably need to do some prophecies.
Hello, Zerek. If with our knowledge of the stars, one might gain prophecies and use their guidance to discover truth.
I have 150k favor just chilling. Okay.
What do you say?
Okay. I don't have anything I want to particularly farm right now, except maybe helmets. Maybe, but I don't have it imprinted, so like, we're going to need to farm before we can get the helmets going. Okay, so Rogue even forced me to rebuy my skills because some defense stuff is based on which skill on your bar I use. Since I have W for movement, but this class just said you skill second from left and you... Yeah, I remember that one. That one is for Silver Shroud, right? I remember that one very clearly. It pissed me off just as, but that is why I remember it. Because I'm like, what do you mean the third skill from the right I have to use when I use this? When I use the skill from the right that for the amount of points I put into this node, I will then get Silver Shroud. Like, my dude, what are we doing here? I always use my movement skill on Q, so you know. Holy. Like, last I checked, my guy, you're in the game. You're supposed to do what I say, not the other way around. Paladin has res just because why not? I'd have to press a specific skill to get the duality of last Epoch. That's why I like when I said for Rogue, I know I know it struggles on defenses. I knew why. It's just weird design. Hopefully Rogue will get like a defensive rework coming soon. Hopefully. So I only have, okay, we'll summon some more skeletons. I'm going to do the, you know what, screw doing anything else. We're not in empowered monos. I mean, I can say maybe parry for Blade Dancer with that dagger, which gives you a lot already. Parry is not a bad choice. I think what I remember going for as a big defensive layer personally was I went for Shroud. I forget the name of the shroud, the dark shroud thing. I don't remember the name. But basically, there's the silver shroud you get from your ascendancy. And if you look into the explosive trap nodes, you should see some you should see some trap, some like shroud. That one, I think it's like called dark shroud or crimson, not crimson shroud, I don't think, but there's a shroud name he has. I basically just spam my traps and it gives me a shit ton of dodge chance if I remember. Ooh. You really want to have your own? What do you mean? Like, you don't have to use the traps or anything. I'm just saying, like, you could look into those shrouds to see. Glancing blows is already free. Parry chance. Doesn't parry chance work with like block? Like, don't you? Or is there a way to actually like have parry chance with the rogue? You could, of course, also just do what I did on my primer list in terms of getting defense on a class that doesn't have defenses, which is endurance stacking. T6 intelligence, I mean, it's not bad. The base is also not bad, but I'm not a big fan of the minion health. I don't think I need to see more great bridges, so let's do something. In place of great bridge, do I have the alchemist one? This is Nemesis. Let's do shrines, because like if I use shrines, then that should at least get me some decent amount of loot lizards. So I am looking for false temples. All right. Oh, you want to go Falconer? Falconer's not a bad choice. I know when I played Falcon, I had a really good time, but I also don't know if, you know, it's been nerfed since then, so I can't speak on its current state. But it was fun. No. Great chance for scaly mages, huge. Great chance for scaly mages. Increase minion crits. I don't have that. All right, so we keep this to the side for imprinting. For this guy, and we'll leave it for now. Best rogue so far, level 93. So you can be no cap best rogue in HC. I mean, it's a good goal to have. You just might end up in a situation where at the end of it we're asking if you're still sane, but like that's a fair price to pay, I think. Uncommon affix shard, sure.
Fine choice.
Gonna try one more time, right? Fucking nice. 1 LP. We finally gotten an upgrade.
Good trading with you.
Oh shit. Isn't that just huge? Beautiful. Now we have guaranteed resummon chance. Let's see how that feels. Now we are over the top. We're 31%, so that means we're 11% overcapped, and we can probably remove a point or two from somewhere. Now there should be no point where I AFK in this map and I don't actually see nine skelly warriors. Surely, right? How did I lose 4 skeletons already? I'm with AFK here. Because something is very wrong. I had 9 when I started. Now I have 4. Make it make sense. There's something very off about the respawn mechanic. I don't know what it is. But like, why do I only have 4 now? Hyoborian boots with attunement that I can switch to int if I need to. Not bad. Sure, we'll just do that. Mana Health is actually not a bad one at all. That's the Isadora sets. Cell phones, Mirage. I suspect my max. I suspect my max oh shit. My max skeletons are on 0. How? This is gigawatt decay threshold actually. Why don't I use that? Experimental affix for the T7. Wait, there's no T7 here. $3,200 life is not bad. That said, what if it was ward decay threshold? 310 ward decay threshold seems really strong to say the least. I wonder which is going to end up being more. I'm going with this one because this is already rank 4. What is the game plan here? Upgrade this guy. How about this? This is the one I don't want. I will run a removal my way to getting, yeah, precisely that. And then, holy, that was all right. Four shards, not bad. So yeah, for some reason, all the warriors I had summoned with my 100% chance to respawn have despawned. Make it make sense. If I have to guess why that is happening, low key, I think there's a chance it has to do with the minions being on aggressive. So we'll switch to defensive protect mode and see if it keeps happening. My thought process is, I think it happens when I leave the vicinity or something. But this has been a disappointment. The fact that it's not guaranteed. Where? Is it this one? You have a chance where one of your skeleton dies to summon a new one after 3 seconds. Has no benefit above a 100% chance. Yes, but it's not getting to a 100% chance, my dude. Like, I have 40% there, 40% here. And then I have 31% here, and somehow it's not. Somehow it's still not acting right. So we're going to test a theory. We're going to stand in this middle. I'm going to see how well they sustain. Have mastery, nice. So Falconer it is. Standing still right here, it actually is a 100% chance to resummon, I think. Yeah, like we still get back up to 9 eventually. Yeah, we're still at 9. So like this bug must have to do with distance. Maybe if they die and you traverse a certain amount of distance, the game just forgets to resummon them or something, or you have to be within a certain range of their corpse for the game to know to resummon. Those are the only things that make sense. What do I think? I don't know much about non-falconers, so I can't really say what the other masteries feel like. I don't care about anything here. I think we've lost minions now that I've done their teleports, and now we're probably only going to go back to 1. Dude, that is so fucking annoying. Like, now I kind of understand what's going on, and it's ass. So you're telling me I just can't move? Like I can't teleport? 100%, that's all right. Like, at least we figured out that it's not bugged because of that. Still feels ass, but at least we figured that out. I'm already out of skeletons. It feels like it's not even a case of it feels like it's not even a case of oh, I teleported, so it's a problem. I teleported too far. It feels like, oh, it's just a, oh, you dared use, how dare you use it, someone mage to teleport or something. Like, I'll have to test if it's someone mage in particular or if it's just fucked. But yeah, it's something. It's most definitely something. What is near in this game? What do you mean what is near? Like nearby? You get buff when you are near. I'm not entirely sure what the exact range of near is, but my guess is like this is near, like this circle is near, maybe slightly above this circle is near, but like this big circle would not be near. So like my guess would just be like this circle from like the center of it would be near, but I don't think it's that wide of a range. That's a low minion crit chance. T6 movement speed. Drop a shit ton of code rest for it. But like it's fine because they're Hyoborian boots. I also need to switch the attunements. I guess these are also fine. I can put movement speed and reroll it. This has ward. CDR is, I mean, it's fine. Okay, good. We have move speed now. Can you like stop passing it to things I don't care about? Thank you. So we should be giga crit capped now. Like overly so. How do I swap minions to assassin mode? Press 2. Number 2. That swaps them. It's literally the number here, but like it's so unintuitive the way they have it designed. You are welcome. I had the exact same question. I had to go into my keybinds and like, what the fuck is this? Turns out it was literally the number stared at me all along. Which mode is better? Depends on how you're playing. If you're I'd say if you're slow clearing a map, like you want to kill everything you're running into, assassinate mode is better. But if you're you're just zooming through and you really just want to kill as much as you can as you pass by stuff, then defensive mode is better. I have almost 3k ward already. Beautiful. No, no, no. Don't care. Now for you, you have T6 minion damage. I'm gonna need you to despair your way out of. Oh, she has minion damage. Okay. Oh, okay. We're just doing intelligence and call it a day. False temples. Let's go to this one. Ooh. The second one is probably not great, but the first one is amazing. Like, this is amazing. So then the question is, what do I want here? I could get intelligence. I could prioritize defenses. Yeah, screw it. We just go what we have. We're at 2k stable ward, and then when we start doing our thing, we go much higher. Hornet Wand. Naji. Alright, let's see. We got drop announcements. Let's see. PoE2 drop announcements. Or better still, let's look at it here.
Safeguard your spoils with the Clam Stash Effect. A treasure trove waiting to hold your goods.
Oh shit, that's
When you
that's
open the
nice.
clam, it will emanate magic, causing water to levitate around you as the song of a siren serenades you while
I like
stashing your
this.
items.
I like this one.
Command the depths with the Helmet of the Abyssal, tracking every abyss you conquer.
I mean,
Pair it with the Cape of the Abyssal to show the Abyssal Liches who truly rules the dark.
holy.
Show your true honor and respect for the Kartori gods as you travel throughout the archipelago in Act 4 by
gift
harnessing
subs?
the power
Oh,
of the
that is
skies
beautiful.
with the Storm of Valako portal effect. You can earn the Clam Stash and Helmet of the Abyssal during the first week,
Is the keep his second week.
and the Cape of the Abyssal during the second week of Path of Exile 2, the Third Edict, by watching any Twitch channel in the Path of Exile 2 category for the required duration. To earn the Storm of Valako portal, just purchase 2 subscriptions of any tier to your favorite streamer in the Path of Exile 2 category. All of these items are purely
All right.
cosmetic and do not affect your power or progression in any way.
So I guess I'm gonna give people 2 subs. Hey.
I'll do my YouTube voice. Yeah.
All right, that's actually a very beautiful portal. Those are really good drops. Those are actually like really good drops. Blood of the XL, no. Summon Skelly? I mean, I kind of want that one. Intelligence. I got a pretty good idea. This is a dagger. I don't care about daggers. I can get an extra level to summon mages real quick. I love how hard to kill I am. I already am. That is so nice to be feeling. Wait, what am I doing here? I'll pick you and decide what to do with you later. All right, let's try to craft this guy, shall we? Let's hope we have enough to go. What suffix do I want to add? I was going to add a random suffix and I realized I don't want to do that. So what do I want? Health is a decent place to begin. Come on, brother. Oh my. Okay. You had one job, my dude. Literally one job. T7 in T6 minion damage with implicits. It's no word switching. Screw that. Brother, can I do this? Thank you. It's no word switching. Oh shit. My belt is kind of ass. So, do we really want minion damage here? Minion damage is fine, but I think we already have a lot of it. If I had to pick, minion health is a decent place to begin because that'll give me ward. I'll go mana regen. So far I haven't needed mana regen though. Suffixes should be hybrid health or reduce damage from crits. We have crits. That's the only source of anti-crit, so it's actually not a bad thing to get right now. This is not looking good. Not looking good. It didn't remove the. It didn't move the T6. I guess my mind isn't looking at quite as ass anymore. No, that was awful. That was actually awful. I wanted to do something with that. Try to move this down here so I could get something else. I just remembered. Increase minion crit chance. Not needed. You are not needed. I don't know why you're there. What do you have? Oh, I don't care about minion damage. The fuck. This has mana. If I move the T1 to crits, we win. But I mean, I can't use gloves that don't have experimental mods. Idea alert. All right, give me a second. Let me permit you. Look at ballista top node. All right. Base crits, less attack speed. What do you mean by top node? This one? Your crit chance and crit multi also apply to ballista but a reduced ratio. And then it's 100%. So then you're going to go hybrid. So your crit multi, and then crit multi. I mean, it's a really good idea. It's a really good idea. That plus relic to boost the relic effects. Yeah, that's good. That's a lot of damage. The other stats that I remember this having, like it can use some of your other stats. I just don't remember how you get them. think it's these guys, right? Base crits, ears. I think it's actually just those nodes. I think one of my saddest moments with ballistas was realizing this projectiles was just 25% chance, and that there's nothing, like there's no amount of like scaling you would give it that would make this feel that great. Because if I remember correctly, like you'd spend 3 points just to get a decent amount of extra projectiles just for it to happen 1 every 4 hits, like brother. And if you want AoE with hits, you're eating less attack speed, which of course just isn't great. So are you gonna go extra proj, or are you gonna go just pierce 1 proj? What do you think you want to do with your ballista? Mana can go in. That's a big, pretty decent one. I'm going to remove these so we can get increased crits. This isn't needed anymore. This, on the other hand, isn't really needed, to be honest. Like, it could be an upgrade in... Could be... Nah, it's not beating this guy. Alright, so we just destroy this then. So wait, with this boots, this is going to single-handedly solve my anti-crit, right? This was, I just need to switch attunement to intelligence, switch that on the giant turtle or whatever it's called in the zone that I can, then switch that so we have ins there, then just fully upgrade anti-crits, and then suddenly these pair of boots will give me like 70 something, and that completes it. Okay, I think I actually prefer that to what I'm doing for anti. Oh no, we're going for last steps of the liver. I forgot. Okay, so like that's just a temporary solution. Link. All right, 1 second. There you go. Wait, what did you change? Oh, you added more items. You gave this. What does this do? Dodge rating when you use a potion. But minion fizz. The tree you wanted. Oh, so you're going to be going potion gameplay, but let's say deals more damage. You're controlling this of using a potion. Your ailment modifiers also apply to your body. I think that's what I was thinking of. Crit multi giga. You just go in one enemy pierced. Oh, this is actually what I was thinking about. Damage modifiers also apply to your ballista by reduced ratio. This one. Okay. More attack speed there. even more attack speed here. So you do have a decent amount of attack speed scaling coming from the tree. And then double shot chance being high is good. Mind if I ask? I mean, you're free to ask. What do I think of multi-shots build? The idea of using multi-shots with Heartseeker is not a bad idea. Multi-shot seems like a very decent wave clear. I don't know how Heartseeker performs single target, but I do know people beat Uber Abaroth with Heartseeker last league. So I do think it's a decent, it's an idea that has potential, depending on how you build it. Would I change something on this? What is your bow of choice? +4 arrows with multi-shot, mana cost for bow skills. Okay, no, it's a decent option. It's your only source of +4. Damage wise though, doesn't it hurt your... I guess it's a decent phase bow, and then you can also get 2 OP very chill. Ideals will be filled with this one. All right. Minion phase, increase phase. I think you can do better with the idle choices. Then let's see. Multi-shot. What nodes are you taking? Poison chance. You want to go poison with it? Has increased AS, crit chance, deal more damage. I think this is wasted. I think you either go crit or you go poison. You don't do both. There are probably other nodes you could ideally spend on. But I think you take away these 2 points and you spend it elsewhere. Not there. Armor shred is a decent option. Haste is probably good for you. Pierce is going to be very good for wave clear. So if you really want to wave clear, I recommend this. Then are there any good primordial bows? Hydra Arc, decent flat LE damage. After evading, repeat your most recently used bow attack at a nearby enemy. It excludes channeled, consuming 50% of its mana cost. And then at 75 dex, you repeat it up to 2. This. What if you build around this? Hydra Arc. Then you just try to stack as much dexterity as you can, so that you have this repeating 3 times. And then all you would do is evading. So your goal would be getting to 135 dexterity. This gives you plus to levels, which is really big. And then you're just evading to keep casting your skill instead of what the alternative, which is manually casting it. Then not only is this automation, because all you need to go poison cell crit. You don't need to. This encourages on hits gameplay. This encourages ailments. It all depends on what you want to do. You can completely ignore this and you're fine. This is flat damage. This is flat damage, flat damage, flat damage. It's a very decent base for crit. It's a very decent base for poison. It's up to you what you want to do. I think I still recommend crit because of this. If you get one that has like some pretty decent rolls on these guys, you could be chilling. But yeah, and then all you're doing is you use your skill and then you start dodging. Only thing is you have to figure out how to get your evade cooldown lower, so you might be limited to like a certain base type that reduces evade cooldown. Let me see, evade. Evade charge, cooldown recovery speed for evade, that guy. evade here. But yeah, in this case, you'd be going for like, you'd be going for as much evade CD as you can, and then you're just evading to kill enemies. Looking until you want to reach the level for the item. Sounds good. Probably a very decent one. Also, when you're planning builds, this is what I do at least. The first thing I do is I think about, right now, the first thing I do is I think about what my primordial item is going to be. So that could be either a T8 item. Is there any one stat you really want on T8? Maybe it's levels or whatever. But odds are if it's levels, you're probably better off with a primordial weapon, because like they typically give +4 to levels, which is huge. Because you can only have one, it's a waste to not have one. So once you figure out what your primordial item is, you can then start building around it if needed or whatever. So yeah, I think Hydra Arc sounds cool, and I think it'll be fun to build around just evading all the time. Yeah, basically, like well, first things first, I start with the skill I want. Once I know the skill I want to skill, then I go to primordial. I'm thinking, what is my primordial item? Then I could go to uniques, and then I fill in the rest. And before uniques, I might also go back to the skills just to fill out the skill tree, so I know exactly like what damage type I'm needing and stuff like that. But that's the order of operations. I go skills, then primordial, then uniques, then whatever else. Because you 100% want a primordial. If there's any one modifier that really needs, like it's rare and it really needs, you know, juice, then you can consider it T8. But otherwise, you probably want a primordial, even if it's in the form of a weapon. If no weapon, then you have the generic ones like idle CDR, or idle effect rather, that is just good all around, you know, stuff like that. One thing that's also worth noting is it's worth just going into items and going evade, and then you'd see like if there's anything here that really likes evade. This evade distance, like you can go through all these guys and see you can just look through these guys to see if there's anything that really would help your evade game. And just like this will also expose you to like sources of evade CDR that are not like on boots or something, and then eventually you have a pretty decent idea, maybe to show you base types you should be looking for, maybe a new unique, stuff like that. But game force is when you like, this is probably a good pair with your bow. Gain 4 stacks of this when you evade max 8. Directly using a bow attack consumes up to 4 stacks to deal more damage per stack. Chance to slow bosses per stack of this consumed. Chance to petrify. CDR for evade and move speed. This is probably a decent pair with your bow, simply because that means when you get to a boss, you're just going to cast one, like you're just evading to clear mobs. When you get to the boss, you're going to have 4 stacks. You use it, that's a lot more damage, and then you just keep evading from there. But like, yeah, this is a decent one to pair with that one. What is Spirit Step? Actually, that's all. You don't want to do. You don't want to take any of these ones that remove that replaces your evade. I don't think it will work. But yeah, going through this off the top of my head, that quiver stood out to me, and then you probably just be very aware of your like either the unique boots you go for or the base type, just so you have either CDR for evade or evade charge. Evade charge is probably the best if you have other sources of evade CDR. And of course, it's also worth checking if there's something in the passive that helps evade. So if I go evade, This just gives you haste after you evade. It's not mandatory by any means. It's just haste. But yeah, good place to start. You are welcome. And then for this, for the ballistas, it's a pretty good idea. You're going to be leveraging potions a lot, so you're probably going to want to have a lot of potions. I guess that's why you went Jungle Queen, right? Because 12 potion slots makes sense. Then you'd want to have increased chance to find potion as a modifier, right? We'll update the build and test it out on my online character until I get the right level. Sounds good. Let me know how it feels, by the way. And I am about to end stream myself. I am hungry AF. Need to make dinner. But yeah, I think I really like the ballista idea. With the idols. Oh, that's a low crit multi to have, because like with a perfect roll relic, you're looking at 60% increased effect. So every 25% becomes like a 14-ish% extra multi. So that's like 39% minion crit multi and 39% your crit multi. So each one is like almost 80% crit multi times 4. I love crit multi. I really like that idea. Really like it. The double dipping. So do you hit to shred armor, or is there just nothing better there? Ballista with shred and falcon. Yeah, but I mean, like, for your idol, it says increase shred effect, but I don't think that applies to any of your. I guess ailment stats. Your ailment also apply to ballista. I guess that would. But that's chance, not effect. Oh no, it says and ailment effect. Okay. So it should work if you shred with ballista. But you need a source of shred with your ballista in that case. Do you have any? Is there any? No, you didn't take any. So you maybe consider, I don't know. I don't think spending the points on armor shred is worth it, just to make the idol suffix worth it. Yeah, I guess gloves could work, but I think that's overkill. I don't think it's worth it just for that. I think there's probably something else here. Like just getting poison res, but there's nothing that stacks up of poison res, so like I don't think bull crits would work, but it might be worth trying just in case you can easily cap your crit chance with that. Also, getting the second point for your base crit, that'd be really big for your ballista's crit chance, because then it goes from 8% to 11%. I know you have some extra crit chance coming from Grip Phantom Grit, so that's like an extra 8% flat crits. So it's like 19-20%. But 20% you still need about 400% increase crit chance to cap, which is a lot, but I don't know. It's worth balancing in any case. Maybe there's some in passive. Potentially, there might be, because Falconer, right? Falcon, you might have Minion armor shred, and in which case it would work with your ballistas, and then they can take advantage of the effect. So that is not bad, but that is if it's there. I don't see it. I don't see anything like that. But in any case, I need to go now. I am hungry AF and I need to figure out dinner. So I will be back tomorrow. Probably with more last Epoch, to be honest. I do need to plan for my PoE 2 league start, but I think I can also do that off stream. I want to make a video on that, but again, it's stuff I can do off stream, I think. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, have a good night. Or in Roman's case, good morning, because it's 5 as usual.